Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. When I say good evening, good day should I say. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, obviously I've been chesty over the last week and today is no different either. And I was out and about yesterday, I was talking away, and when you've got a bit of a chesty cough as they say, you talk, and I've done that for years. It goes a little bit horsey, shall we say. So today's show I'm feeling a little bit horsey and hopefully the water will relax that and I'll excuse me, clear my throat and we'll get on with the Grassroots Weekender show as they say. So welcome to Sunday, hope you've had a fantastic week up to now. Hasn't been a bad day today, yeah, little bits of showers and all that, and it's a little bit cooler than yesterday. Yesterday was unbelievable. We enjoyed it there at the North Liverpool, can't thank them enough for all supporting the REFspect Awareness Weekend, and also the John O'Leary League as well. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for everyone. Lewis and you name it, all the lads, Scott, everyone all had to go there yesterday, all the committee, all putting the t-shirts on, all making sure that all the supporters, the not irate parents and spectators, shall we say, because everyone seemed to be in a friendly mood yesterday. It was great. Around about, and I didn't see, and I was talking to the committees and the referees and I was asking any problems, and they said no. One of them even said, one of the best days I've had, to be honest. He said, sunshine and great football, and no sarcastic comments. Maybe it was the t-shirt, as he said, and I know it's the t-shirt because the t-shirts, these are a real deterrent. I'm not saying a deterrent at the Premier League because it's so different there. You've got to be manly there, and you've got not to support the referees if everyone in the crowd around you is all like, yeah, you're all sort of stick together. I know that. But you know what, I've got to thank the Liverpool and Everton fan who's, and hopefully we'll see the shirt on show. If we can hold it up. You know, they said they were going to do it at Forest. They didn't catch the glimpse of Forest, but they're all too busy shouting anyway because the last minute goal, shall we say, for Everton. And to be honest, they deserved it. Forest were nowhere. Forest were lost. They tend to lift the game against higher teams, shall we say. And I think they probably went in with a load of confidence that they were going to win that one, and they just didn't perform as they've normally performed. And that's Premier League football. Look at Man City 2-0 down and then they come back 5-2. But it still wasn't a Man City that you see of old, was it? It wasn't. They either win one or they lose one now or draw one. It's that type. You can't say, wow, they're going to win it. And you can't even say that about next season. Who's going to win it next season, you know? And I was looking at the comments just before we go into the grassroots side of things, that someone was saying, you know, Liverpool's won probably one of the easiest, the weakest title years ever. And you're looking, you're thinking, what makes it, to win the Premier League, what does make it weak? You can't really say, you know, Arsenal have thrown games away, they've drawn, but you're saying, you know, they should have won them, and I know the Arsenal fans are blaming the PGM well for every game, every single game and decision, but you have to look over all the games and see what decisions have gone for you to win those other games, to be honest. And it's the same with every Premier League team. Everyone moans about VAR, everyone moans about decisions, and unfortunately you just have to get on with it. And I won't be one of those who say they balance out all over the season. You know, it may do, it may not, but you know, let's just hope it will get a grip of things. But we don't want to take the passion out of the game of football. You really don't. And if we can speed up like we're doing now on the VAR decisions, whereas you're not waiting around and you're not, do you celebrate a goal, let's just have a quick check and yeah, that's okay, it's a goal, and get the atmosphere back into the stadiums. But it's got to be stadiums. You can't blame officials, that's an old one, you know. You do that in grassroots football, and that's what they all say, isn't it? You know what I mean? You can lose a game 8-0 or something like that in grassroots football, and every goal was the referee's fault. It's always the way, unfortunately. And if you're in grassroots football, you know about it. And there is big egos in grassroots football. I don't care what you say, and I'm sure there's managers out there who'll understand where I'm coming from. There's managers who take players on who are good players to throw into the team that they really haven't developed. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, you know, being there, done it, wore the t-shirt, I've been in over 40 years in grassroots football, been in management, been on committees, and that's why I'm running this campaign, because I could see the problem that needs to be ironed out in grassroots football, and that's the verbal abuse, the aggressive behaviour, all on the sidelines, coming from the sidelines, and that includes managers and coaches who do that as well. So we really needed to get a grip, and you have to look at the game in general. You have to look and see grassroots football was to bring together kids to play football. You could say over the years, you know, with all the trophies and all the medals that leagues have given out and tournaments have given out, that's what has created win at all costs, to be honest, because there's something you have to go to, but you've got to give something at the end if you're playing a whole season or you're playing in a tournament. I'm not against trophies or medals. I think I'm all for it, and kids, they just want to win something. They want to be the team, don't they? Now, I believe in coaches, managers going out there and developing their team and taking it through the stages, taking the team through from the age groups and just sticking together. I know that's not going to happen with the new changes that's coming into grassroots football, your 3v3, all this. I think it's going to be a little bit, you know, that's up and down. There's got to be, you know, a lot going on, but we'll go into that in a later date, you know, before they come in. But for now, I believe in teams developing, sticking together as a team as they go older, and I do know that kids will leave to go, and it's not just the kids who want to go to a better team. And when we say a better team, a stronger team, shall we say, that happens, but managers will take that team, that player on. Obviously, it's all about egos, it's all about, wow, they're brilliant. You look at kids, you look at the teams, and ask these teams, and players play for teams just to make the numbers up, to make the team stronger, to go and win a league, to go and do whatever they can, I don't know. But I believe in developing players to take them forward, and that's the way we should have gone from the word go, but it hasn't happened, unfortunately. And it probably all stems back from many, many years ago, when we used to go to a Knowsley international tournament, and when I was just getting used to football and things like this, and you started, and team managers were coming over and saying they're putting a team together, and it probably happens in the county FA, you know, when you put together these teams to go and challenge outside teams, stronger players, and it's like England, isn't it? And that's the way football works, I suppose. You take a player from each club, strong player, and put them in the England team, and they go on to represent the country. But in grassroots football, they're not representing the country. They're not representing the league. They're representing a club, just a team name. So they can go on that board, and it can be champions 5 years, unbeaten for 5 years. That's great if you've got the same players and you've developed that team going through. Then you've got bragging rights. That's my honest opinion. I think you know where I'm coming from. Develop players, coaches, managers out there, level 1 coaching 2, UEFA, it was all to develop the kids and make them better players. Are we saying that every manager out there has developed those players? Or are we saying that those managers out there with the big egos have taken players just to develop the team, strong players, that they haven't had anything in to develop the players because they've already got it, if you know where I'm coming from. I think the majority of you do anyway. That's what it's all about in grassroots football, and it's big egos out there and it's win at all costs. And we know what's going on in grassroots football, don't we? And you only have to look at these tournaments, level tournaments, higher level tournaments, high level kids. You don't have to look on social media. And that's what it's all about. But we're in it to try and make the kids enjoy themselves, and that's what we want to do. It shouldn't be all about winning at all costs, because these kids, we want to develop them into better players, and winning trophies doesn't make them a better player. It really, really doesn't. It doesn't make them that they're going to be professional because they've won or unbeaten for 5 years on the run. They've got to carry that through, and individually we all know just how hard it is to become a professional footballer. The stats will tell you that. Look them up. I'm not going to go there and rub them all in and make you despondent about, oh my God, my kid's not going to make it now. And, you know, fingers crossed. I'd love to see every kid make it into the professional side of things, but that's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is attitudes make a difference within grassroots football, and it really does. And lo and behold, we have Don't Cross the Line and REFspect campaign. Now, I've seen some teams, honestly, age groups are just, the language out of the team is absolutely scandalous. And if you're telling me that coaches allow this, then there's no developing there, and they're not pulling the kids back and saying your attitude will count if you want to be a professional footballer. So first and foremost, attitudes are so important in grassroots football, you wouldn't believe. Now, coaches don't really get a grip of this, or majority of coaches, should I say. They allow their teams to F and blind on the field of play, and it's wrong. It really is wrong. It doesn't matter. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pull. When I was running my team, they were under 13s, 14s, I was stopping them. I was telling them, pack in the swearing. There's no need for it. Just get on there and play football. And I was telling them then, even spitting. All these, they're all grown up. They'll all tell you. I was pulling them day in, day out. Stop it. Stop it. It doesn't look good on you. Attitudes right the way through is very, very important. And we need to drum that into our children, and that comes from good coaches. It really, really does. So, you know, I'd love your thoughts on it, where I'm coming from. out.Thanks. I'm glad I'm out of grassroots football, because, you know, you see all these things, and it does, and a lot of good managers walk away from the game for the simple reason as that as well, because there's big egos and they're taking over grassroots football and trying to make it into the Premier League and trying to be the top club within the whole country, and that's not going to happen. And, you know, we've got to thank Sheffield and District Junior Sunday League, who are all over us over this campaign, as well as Lostock Hall over there in Preston. Absolutely brilliant, and they're sharing the post, putting the post on, passing it all on to their club, let them know, make the game better for the referee. And you know what, we can't thank it enough. We can't thank everyone who's been supportive of us. And JFA as well, Gentlemen's Football Academy, they've been bombarding their teams with it, telling their parents in their groups, making sure that parents send in photographs with the referee, let them know what it's all about, talking to the kids. And you know, when we do our PowerPoint presentations, I know they're not called that anymore now, we're going to explain to people what it's all about, why they should be supportive of the referee as well as their own children in grassroots football, because referees are part and parcel of grassroots football. We all know them. Without them, there is no game. It doesn't make sense. And we have to drum that into the kids as well. It makes it easier. So, REFspect, it's not the last day today, but I just hope that everyone adhered to it and made sure that that referee was looked after more so than any other weekend in general. But we want this to carry on, and tomorrow it does carry on in the Premier League as well, because the Premier League game match officials are wearing our t-shirts and I spotted them at, where was it, Arsenal? Yes, I spotted them, quick glance, you know, in Sky, doing the warm-ups. If you're there out and about and you've got this game tomorrow, just send in the Premier League photographs of all the officials wearing the t-shirts for us, please. Info at don't.X.co.uk, and we'll be looking forward to them. We can't wait. And we're slow on putting everything on social media at the moment because there's that many photographs that you have to upload and then sort out and get things going. But everyone will go on sometime or other over. We've got a whole week to really bombard this, we really have, and make a difference in grassroots football. And we can't thank the PGMOL enough, the PFA. They've been fantastic, they've been supportive right the way through, and good luck at the, I hope everyone, Ben Speedy, who was the official at Wembley there today in the Virtu Cup final, and wearing our t-shirt as well makes a difference, and hopefully we'll get these photographs of them. And I've met Ben, and he's a smashing fella. We've done ID cards for him when he was with Liverpool County FA, so I hope he had a brilliant day today and enjoyed himself and everything went according to plan, because it does make a difference, doesn't it? And everyone got behind it, but honestly it's been tiring, it really has, over the REFspect awareness, because we all want to make a difference, and I want to see it really, I want to see less bookings. It's probably not music to the ears of the county FAs because the fines. I want to see less bookings coming in, and I want to see more, and I'm sure there's a majority of referees don't want to be sending bookings in for kids as young as 8, 9s and 10s and all that, but if it really deserves a booking, then that has to go in. I'm sorry, because you have to draw the line somewhere, and the laws of the game state, obviously, it warrants a yellow card. But I can only give what I've seen over the last 2 days, even in the Walton Caredale today, fantastic, loads of respect, and I appreciate every team who has allowed me to take the photographs to put them on social media. Sometimes you can't get all the teams together, the names down and what have you, but we just take photographs because it's all about the referee. It's all about the supporting of the referee and making it better for them, because without the referee, as I've said, no game, no ref, no game. So even tomorrow, if you've got friendlies tomorrow, if you've got a tournament tomorrow, we want you to carry this REFspect within that tournament, if you don't mind, please, because it makes a massive difference to that referee and to the kids themselves, because that referee, and we'll emphasise this time and time again, is the target. Once the referee blows that whistle to start the game, after that, every blow of the whistle can cause mayhem on the sidelines. People disagreeing with a free kick, with a penalty, with kicking now. It's not a throw-in. Heading of the ball, dear me, it's just, honestly, makes a difference. So the targets we want to turn around and take that label away from a referee and make it more wanted. So our ref plan, as we emphasise to all the teams, do this ref plan and keep and adhere to it throughout grassroots football. Just take it with you and emphasise this to the kids. And you start it off with REFspect, encouragement, friendship, ref. Can you get onto it? REFspect, encouragement, friendship. That's your ref plan. Please use those words, get it into us. Honestly, we want you to adhere to all these, if you don't mind. We want you to make sure that each and every one, and I'm just pausing this, 1 second, he won't let me stop this. There you go. It won't. I'm sure it's going to go off. I'm sure it's going to go off. And that's a wee little timer to say I'm coming towards the end of the show, and it's a nuisance because it will probably go off and I'll have to stop it again. And if it doesn't, success. So when you're out and about, especially tomorrow, it continues because the Premier League, Michael Oliver's tomorrow night. So watch for Michael Oliver wearing the REFspect t-shirt, please. And I know there's a lot of disagreement within football determined to knock the likes of the campaign, but this is for your grassroots. The Premier Games match officials are supporting grassroots referees because they've all had to start somewhere. And if you don't allow them to support the grassroots referees, how do you expect these grassroots referees up and coming to be the better referees of today? That's what we want. So you've got to get behind them like you do with the kids in the academies, and they're supposed to develop these players into better players with attitudes and respect along the way. Why can't we have some sort of an academy for all these junior referees? Because a lot of them are in there saying they're going to be there, and then suddenly uni comes into play, a job comes into play, referee, we're getting a little bit more money. You understand where I'm coming from. You need to be committed to be a referee as well. So remember that. And these officials in the Premier League have been. And Danny Can, well done on your retirement. And do you know what, assistant referees, you've seen that in the Premier League as well. Not many will go at the assistants, but they'll all go at the referee. So he's been a great servant to the PGMOL. I think it was over 30 years, over 1,000 games in general, and no one's picked on him. And he must have some stories to tell what he's heard from the banter of the crowd behind him. And he must be much sought after. He's going to make a fortune in his speeches, isn't he? Talking about what he's heard and what he's been called as well. No doubt that'll be very, very funny to all. Might see if I can get it myself. I'm sure it'll be interesting to all the fans out there. But anyway, whenever you're out and about, please, thank you so much once again to everyone who's taken part in this REFspect Awareness Weekend 2025, and we continue that into the Monday because there is a Premier League game tomorrow where they'll be wearing the t-shirt. So we can only show you again the poster. There it is for probably the final time. I'm not too sure whether I may do a follow-up show tomorrow to give you more feedback on the way the weekend has gone. But in the meantime, all I can say is thank you so much to everyone who's got behind the Grassroots DXTL National REFspect Awareness Weekend. We can't thank you enough. Continue it week in, week out, and we hope to make it bigger and better for next year as well. So from myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, Heart of Gold initiatives, which we'll go on to next week, No Ref, No Game, and the REFspect Awareness Weekend and campaign. We wish you a very enjoyable week. Take care and see you soon.